Hi, this is Kristen Merwin from the Women Anglers of Minnesota with your tip of the week. I have patiently been awaiting the arrival of this rod case. It's made by Ice Fishing Innovations, and let me walk you through all of the things that I really like about it. First, when we're on the ice, obviously it's cold, we have gloves on. One of the things that's hard is with a zippered case, it's very hard to get the dexterity with these large gloves that keep us warm. So what I love about this case is you can easily access the case with your big gloves on, and it's big enough that it allows you to be able to simply open the case. So once you open it up, you can see that this is kind of a one-stop shop. I've invested a lot of money in cases when I first started in the sport, and what I found was I had a lot of tangles. So my rods were bouncing around within the case and the lines were getting tangled, or my jig would come loose from the eyelet and it would hook into the cloth within the case, and there's a barb obviously on the jig, and then that would get embedded in the cloth of the case, and it was virtually almost impossible to get those out. So what I love about this case is, one, you can see that all of your rods stay separate and there's no more tangling lines. And then secondly, everything's surrounded by this foam. So if for whatever reason something does get stuck, or you're fishing and you just want to stick a hook in this foam, it will easily come out and it doesn't damage the foam that's in here. And there's no more of your jigs or lures that are going to get stuck in that cloth. The next thing that I mentioned prior to this was just your one-stop shop. I always found my stuff was scattered throughout my car or the house or the garage, and this really allows me to keep everything together. So here I have my gloves that I'll put in here, so I always know where to find them. I've got my ear band to keep my ears warm. All of my tackle, etc., is going to be in this case. And specifically, what I really like is you can lift this up and easily access this area. I don't know if it was supposed to be like that, but I found it to be perfect and fit everything. I'm just getting everything started here, so I don't have everything in here yet, but here I have my Mackie plastics with a nice plastic holder from Clam. I have my jig box with all of my jigs in it. I can keep my ice picks. Of course, these are going to be around my neck when I'm on the ice, but it allows me to keep everything together. And then over here, you have a place that you can keep your larger profile jigging baits. And also things like accessories. It comes with these boxes, and you can put all your accessories in there. And what I like about this is if you don't have an ATV or a snowmobile that you can mount this on, this really still becomes your one-stop shop, because you can simply pull out the tools that you want, pull out the two rods. Maybe you're on early ice and you want to put these two boxes together and take a couple of rods. You can get out on the ice, go fishing, come back, all your rods, put them back in the car, slide this back in, the accessory box goes, and then you are set to go. Another feature that I love is I don't have to break down my reel handles anymore. To get them in my old bag, I had to break down the reel handles, and they would get tangled up in the lines, etc. This keeps everything separate and allows me to keep everything together. So this is a really cool system. Our equipment is a lot of money. Trying to keep it all together is a challenge. And like I said, I invested in a lot of bags. My stuff was still everywhere because everything wouldn't fit comfortably in one spot without banging around and harming my rods. In this case, allows me to do that. So I would recommend you check them out at Ice Fishing Innovations and experience this awesome case for yourself. That's your tip of the week from the Women Anglers of Minnesota.